Sex and Sensuality, the podcast, where we speak what your dirty mind thinks. We are here every Monday night at 9 p.m. chatting about tantalizing topics that most won't dare say aloud.
Hello, and welcome to Sex and Sensuality, the podcast where we speak what your dirty mind thinks. I am Miss Mika Nicole. I also have Miss Gigi on the phone with me today. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh my goodness, how have you been? Listen, guys. Before I go into that, we took a hiatus because we wanted to take a break from Memorial Day week because Memorial Day, of course, falls on a Monday. So we know y'all want to listen to our show. So while y'all partying, so we took a break, but we are back and we're continuing our discussion on cheating and infidelity. I mean, I know it's the same thing. So we're continuing our discussion on infidelity. And today we're talking about the effects of infidelity. We did touch on a few of those things while we were on the previous episodes, but we're going to take a deep dive today. Yes. So I am looking forward to diving in with you guys. And I want y'all to comment, to share. Make sure that you are following us on all major platforms. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google. We are on, what's the other ones? Oh my God.
Spotify and any and all. Yes.
Yes, girl. Any and all streaming platforms that you utilize, we are on. So make sure you're following us and sharing our shows and then also downloading them because that makes a big difference. All righty, girl. So you ready to get into this topic tonight?
Yes, I am. This is going to be good.
And I know you have some juicy juice for us first. So let me get some of that, girl.
Okay. So, I'm a TV watcher. So I'm sorry, my guilty pleasure are these reality TV shows. And that VH1 Couples Retreat one got me on high. It is like crazy. Michael Blackson and Rada Hunty. These two, because last season they were even talking about how, he got to have him a jump off all the time. And then they started out, they were doing threesomes. And now Rada's like, we need to redefine this whole thing because this is getting out of hand. So now this season, they agreed when they started, they was all at the table and he was like, she lets me have me a side piece once a month. And everybody at the table was like, what? Even the guys was like tripping. So they were like, yeah, once a month I get to have it. Now she's like, yes, he can do that. But there's stipulations. The stipulations are you don't get to sit around with them. You don't get to call them. You don't get to date them. You don't get to send drinks and gifts and all of that stuff. You are to hit it and quit it and keep it moving. That is it. Right? But no, Michael always got to push the damn envelope, girl. He's like,
oh my
I
goodness.
don't understand. She was like, so she said one day at a show, he up here had wanted to jump off in his green room with drinks, feet up and stuff. And she's like,
what?
Yes. And Rada's like, he just can't do how is it that you just can't do what we specify? Like, you always got to do the most. He just couldn't just follow the rules. So she is not happy with him. And then Ronnie and Samari said,
hang on. Because I want to say something about that too. I feel like men can have the best of both freaking worlds and they're going to still want more. This woman is allowing you to cheat. Yep. She's allowing you to have you a little woman. All she's asking you is to not build a relationship with that woman.
That's it.
So you get to get you some good. And like he said, because he said it in the interview, he was like, yeah, it's about having that new, basically that new pussy, honestly, and not feel bored. He said it in one of the interviews that was on, I think it was on Shade Room, they had posted it. And she was like, sex with the same person can get boring. And then they said, well, what about you? Can she have someone? He's talking about no. She can have someone if it's another woman, but she can't have another man because I'm enough. And I'm like, how is it okay that if sex is boring for you, she can't, if it's boring for you, you get to have another woman of the opposite sex. But if it's boring for her, if your sex is boring to her, she can't go and get her some new ding-a-ling.
Oh,
I
girl,
don't get that. And
these
these men
men,
swear they want these women to be bisexual so bad. But it's like,
yes,
why do I have to be bisexual?
yeah,
Why? Why do I need to be bisexual to enjoy someone else? But you don't have to be bisexual. You
girl,
don't have to go and sleep with another man. You still gonna go and get some coochie, but I can't get no dick.
nope, that's how
Girl,
he
see,
feel.
men get on my nerves. And then you got the nerve to sit up there and
Mhm.
build relationships with these other women when all she asks you to do is
Yeah.
to, oh my God.
Hit it and quit it. That's it.
All she has to do is just hit it and quit it. All you have to do is hit it one
You get
time.
12 extra pussies a year.
12 extra, girl, right. 12 extra a year. You can't just hit it and quit it and leave it alone. But see, that's the problem. These men, they want the relationship. They want the conversation too. They just don't want, no, they want the conversation and all that comes with it except for the relationship.
Right. They
So
don't
it's
want
like,
the relationship.
they don't want the relationship. They just want everything else. Just give me the coochie, the conversations. I even take you out on dates. I pay your bills. I do all this stuff. I just don't want the relationship. And I want to keep my married wife on the side.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And the fact that she's
Ugh.
not his wife is even crazier to
Oh
me.
yeah, because she his fiance. Because didn't they break up one time and then get back together?
Uh-huh. And but she's not wearing that ring this season, honey. She ain't had that ring on. Not so
I
far.
wouldn't have it on neither. I've been left his ass alone.
Even Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe, right? So because they're married and been married a long time, the two of them jumped in and was like, look, like we've been in this situation y'all been in, and it could go way left, right? Because to the point that when Ronnie and Shamari were having their threesome, Shamari fell in love with the girl. Actually moved out of her house with Ronnie to be with that woman. So these are the consequences. That's how we going into our story of what happens when you bring a third person into your marriage bed, honey. Girl, that's the juicy right there.
That is, I think that's so interesting because they still together.
Yes.
And they still have their open marriage. Actually, I was reading something about it. Oh no, they no longer have their open marriage. They only did it for a year and a half.
Yeah, they stopped that because their marriage almost ended because of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then let's talk about that. So that wasn't necessarily infidelity. It was something that they chose to do. But that is of infidelity, though. It really is. So even though it's consensual infidelity, I guess you would say, or ethical cheating is ethical non-monogamy is what they call it. When you have an open marriage, these are consequences that come with it. You can fall in love with someone else and not want to be with your partner.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest consequences to me, other than, that's one of the biggest non-death consequences and
yeah.
consequences of it is that you fall in love with this other person, whether you're doing it consensually or you sneak it behind the back. And now you are left with trying to figure out, do you really want to break up your marriage for this other person? Or are these feelings that you're just having in the moment? Because a lot of times these are just feelings you're having in the moment because that is just where that's just what's happening there now. But I don't know what life is going to be like once you actually leave your partner, which in that case with Shamari and Ronnie, because didn't she leave?
She did. She left and moved in with the girl. Yes.
And she moved in with the girl. So now she's like, oh shit, I done made a mistake. Let me get back with my husband. Because you don't know what people.
And then the kids are affected by that. They have twin boys.
Yeah, the kids are affected. Now they looking like, what the hell is going on with my mommy? She done left the house. But it's like, but we don't think, we think with temporary minds when it comes to these people that we're cheating with. We're not thinking long term. We feel like we're thinking long term, but you cannot think long term with someone that you haven't been building something with. because it takes all of that.
Yes, it does.
Building something with you can't just think like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go be with this person just because y'all slept together a couple of times or y'all go out on dates and have a good time. Of course y'all gonna have a good time. Of course, because y'all don't have nothing else to worry about.
Right.
Y'all
No
don't have bills to worry about, no kids to worry about. You don't have real life shit to worry about. Everything's gonna
Exactly.
look good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna feel good. And that's how we know that's how cheating starts, right? I know I'm kind of all over the place, but cheating starts because we're looking for that same feeling we had with our partners when we first started dating them.
Right. Before we got married and had children. Well, you know what?
Before real life set in, you know. We had a fairy tale, things were great. And it's not to say that you can have all those things with your spouse again. It's just that real life sets in and we end losing focus a little bit. And it does take us away from all of that. And so we're seeking it and we don't know how to get it from our partners. So we go out and look for it in other people.
Yes, we do.
And then it's like, but you should have just took all that energy and worked on it with your partner.
Girl, that's just way too hard for some.
Oh, girl, it really is. Lord have mercy. So some of the effect is low self-esteem. It can definitely damage your partner's self-esteem. If you go out there cheating, your partner finds out about it. Of course, they're going to think it's their fault. They're going to feel like, was I enough? What did I do wrong? Why did they do this to me? Did I let myself go? Because I had kids and gained weight? Is that the reason why he did it or she did it to me? They're going to blame themselves automatically. And now you're left trying to repair, first off, the fact that you cheated. And then you're going to you have to now rebuild security within your wife or your husband.
Right.
Anything you want to say on that?
I think that everything you're saying is definitely true. And one of the things that's so detrimental to it is it does destroy you from the inside out. Right? It can. I don't want to say it will, but it can. You definitely start feeling like you're less than and no one wants you and believing all of these things that's going on in your mind when really it's not. You know, this person is doing these things. They have upset your foundation, right? This is the foundation that you're standing on, your marriage, your family, everything that you hold dear and near to you, your life. That's your life, right? The core of who you are. And now it's not. Like some people, they figure out, well, who am I now? Where do I begin? What did I do wrong? Like all of these questions start going through your mind and you're questioning everything. You know, that's what people start feeling like you're crazy because you're like, was I blind all this time? How long has this been going on? And was any of it real? That you don't know what's reality. You literally go through this slippery slope. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm living in a nightmare, like Nightmare on Elm Street. Am I going to wake up? Like what really is happening here?
And I've been there too, where I went on that slippery slope with an ex of mine. I'm like looking through phones. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I started literally dreaming about it.
Yes.
I was dreaming about it. And my ex at the time did not think that it was any cheating going on, but it was emotional cheating going on. And it just drove me mad.
Yeah, it's a traumatizing thing. It's like having PTSD, right? It's like
and that's one of the consequences, PTSD, because now you create in someone the fear of being in another relationship. Because what if y'all don't work out, y'all end up getting in a relationship with someone else. That person ends up getting in a relationship with somebody else. Now they're fearful and on their pins and they're on their tippy toes walking around hoping and praying that this partner isn't cheating. And every little thing that happens, like, oh my gosh, are they cheat? Are they cheat? Did they do? Am I enough?
Yes.
And it's so scary. So, I just, again, just like we've been saying on all other episodes, if you feel like you have to cheat, please have a conversation with your partner first.
Right.
Talk about what's going on. Talk about what you feel. Don't make this be a thing where that's your only choice, because that's never your only choice. It's never your only choice. Cheating is never your only choice.
It's a selfish choice. It's because you don't want the ramifications of what you know could happen once you tell them. So you'd rather sneak around and in hopes of not getting caught, where you know really in a way that's that whole not getting caught, the thing that's making you keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's a crazy cycle.
Okay. The next one is lost in trust. We already know the trust is gone at that point.
Yes, it
and
is.
now you're left having to, because trust is built by consistent actions, right? So trust and non-trust, honestly, that's how we did it. If you consistently do right, you're going to build trust with whoever, right? If you're consistent in your actions. So if you went out and cheated, now you're going to have to figure out how in the world you're going to regain the trust in your partner. Well, how you going to, your partner's going to regain the trust in you. What actions are you going to put into place so your partner can start trusting you again? And some of the things that I tell my couples to do is, some of the things are keeping your phone off silent, taking it off silent. Do not put that phone on silent anymore unless you're at work, of course. But if you're not at work, that phone should not be on silent. It should not be hidden anywhere. It shouldn't be hidden upside, turned upside down so your partner couldn't see who calls. You shouldn't have a passcode on your phone.
Or they should have the password.
Or if there is a password, it needs to be the same password that they have it.
Yeah.
No late night calls, of course. No speaking off to take phone calls. Texting while you're with your partner, because even if you're texting someone that you know and she knows, like your mom or something, if you're doing it in the presence of your partner, at that time they're gonna look and be like, who you texting?
Right. And not answering calls too. Like when y'all together, you see a number, why aren't you answering that? Like, because like when you riding down I can't remember where I remember this story, but somebody was in a car with their spouse and this person kept ringing the phone and they would not answer. And then finally the wife went and answered the call through the phone. And she was like, hey, honey, why aren't you answering? The name on the thing came up, some strange name. Of course, that's how they had them saved. He knew who it was, but she was like, well, who's this? Why aren't you answering the phone?
Girl, this reminds me of, this is what we should have talked about on the Juicy Topic too. So a while ago, this dude went on a trip. And I guess he went on a trip with his friends to Miami or whatever. So while he was in Miami, this chick was hugged all up on him in the water or whatever.
Oh, yes.
And
I see. Yeah.
You seen that? And then she posted, and she was like, can y'all please help me find him? I don't think he's married because I didn't see a wedding ring on his finger. So come to find out, he was married, had kids.
Yeah.
And the wife addressed it like, hey, I didn't know he was married. Like, I'm sorry. He took my number. I couldn't remember his name. He never called me. And I was just, making a plea to try to find him. I thought he was cute, But since I know he's married, I'm good. And they did a whole interview with the girl and the guy. And she's looking like, and she was like, he's talking about, no, it wasn't like that. And then she's going to say, well, I know he's not a cheater. And I'm looking like, girl,
he was cheating. He just got caught.
He just got caught. And it's like, social media, that's another effect of cheating. Yes. Now you put it for the world to see. Now the world can see. That's why I say me and Chase, we can't cheat on each other. We are too much in social media light. We may not be big and viral like a lot of people, but a lot of people know us through social media. And if we go places, people always talking, hey, Nika. And I'll be like, who is this? But it's like, because I seen you on social media or I seen you on TV. And they do the same thing to Chase now. And so we were out one day and one of my old classmates came up to Chase. She didn't see me. She saw Chase. She never met Chase a day in her life. And she was like, hey, Chase, where's Mika? Real loud. So social media, that's another issue. It's like, now you cheat, the whole world knows in a lot of cases. They see, now you're going to put embarrassment on your family and on your spouse. Just like the whole, what's the writer? Jackson? I cannot remember his name, but he writes books for women he do books, videos, everything about women having high confidence and high self-esteem and all this other kind of stuff. Girl got caught cheating. This happened about last year, the year before, and he got caught cheating.
Mm.
Girl, it was all over social media. He's so big and viral. And this poor lady, oh my gosh, girl, they had her on display looking crazy.
See,
Where
that's
is
the
that?
part.
Yes, and I was like, now you got to deal with that. Now she has to deal with this public embarrassment.
That's the other part, right? That we
Ooh.
don't talk about. The people that know, and then staring in your face in the background, you feeling stupid because now you know that once you find out, now you're like, dang, well, how many people knew all this time that this person was cheating on me?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're
Oh
looking
my
crazy.
goodness. Yeah, now you looking crazy. And then, okay, so the next one is a sense of emotional instability. Now that I feel so good. I'm just going to read y'all this. It says, you may feel your world has turned upside down. The things in your life that gave you a sense of security have been shattered. It is normal to feel like the rug has been pulled out from under you. It is important to find that sense of stability inside yourself. Look at your survival skills from the past and realize you can cope with this too. That emotional stability, it's like when you feel like things are going so well, life is great. Things are smoothing out. Maybe y'all have had a little bumpy road here and there with, the kids or finances or, the in-laws or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, you know what? Life is looking good. The kids are doing well. Y'all are dating. Things are just looking great. But then all of a sudden you get that phone call.
The rugs pulled from under you.
And it's pulled from under. And you're like, what the freak has just happened to me?
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. Not even having no clue. It's different when you feel like y'all are going through something, maybe, and then you start seeing signs. But when there is nothing there,
yeah,
nothing.
Oh,
terrible.
Ooh, that's a terrible, hurtful thing.
Yep.
Okay. The next one is a roller coaster of emotions. And I do agree with that because sometimes you feel like life is okay. You know what? I can do this. I can deal with it. He said it or she said it was just something. It was just a little fling. He's not going to do it again. But then you start finding out more details. Or then you start questioning yourself. Now you blaming yourself. Now you're trying to figure out what you could have done better, how you could have been a better wife, how you could have been a better husband. And then it takes you through all of these emotions. You blame him one day, you blame the other person one day, you blame yourself the next time. And it's just so much.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
like
know
a death. It's like a death.
Yes,
because like I said,
it really is.
The griefs, because here it is, you're believing one thing and it's not. So now what is true? All the things I believe are no more. It is a death.
Yeah, it's a death. It feels like a death. You're right. It really, truly does. And that is horrible. That's horrible. And that's one of the other consequences. It's a loss.
It's a loss.
You have lost the relationship as you knew it.
Yes.
So now you're dealing with the grief of that, because even if y'all, especially if y'all decide not to move forward with your life, with your relationship, then now you're grieving what you thought, what future plans you had.
Right.
Now you're grieving your future. And that is something too. It's like, now I got to grieve what I thought we were trying to do.
You know what? I grieved a lot of the past stuff too.
Oh, tell me about that.
Because when I found out, and then found out the time frame, things that fell in that time frame now, like I said, it's like, well, damn, was that even real? So like when we went to Florida one year, then to find out that she was talking to her, You know what I'm saying? That all of that was in the midst of that time period. When I remembered back, I felt a loss in that. Like I couldn't even, I don't know how to put it. So like that time in Florida wasn't what I thought it was. You understand what I'm saying? I'm thinking we were there enjoying ourselves, but now I'm knowing that you were in the midst of this thing on the side. So it was a loss for me of even past events.
Wow. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. It's really
you're right.
heavy.
Because it's like, dang, when did this start? Oh, so you was doing this when I'm sitting up here, thinking things were great?
Yeah.
Or when I was feeling sad, wondering what was going on, this is what was going on? Because I didn't think that. A lot of the times we don't like to think the worst. Oh, girl.
So past trips, past moments are now, I for a long time, when she was like, oh, remember women? I'm like, I don't try to think about that because I automatically go to, that was during that time period. So don't bring that up. That wasn't real. That wasn't any moments of love. It was lies and deceit. You see what I'm saying? So you can never, those past things are just as tumultuous as the things that you're looking for in the future. She crossing her heart. She's like, Lord Jesus. Oh
God. Girl, I know I'm clutching my little pearls over here, girl.
I know it's deep. It's deep.
It is deep and it's scary.
It is, because you really lose yourself, man. There were days I was sitting in the closet. I wouldn't even come out in the dark, just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. The kids get involved and they want to know what's wrong with mommy. Why you trying to smile in the midst of, and they don't understand. You get depressed, you don't eat, you lose weight. I got sick. I literally had the flu for 2 weeks. I mean, it's just not a mental. It breaks you down physically.
I agree. Whew, Lord. Well, y'all, I think this has been enough today. This has been deep. This has been deep. And I'm so sorry you experienced that. Yeah. And I agree with you on how much it breaks you down. Because I've been there in a different way. But I was there, girl, I had become somebody totally different. I had become someone totally different because of that.
Yeah, you don't even recognize yourself sometimes. Thoughts going through your mind. That's how all of this, that people don't see, that adultery has so many faces. Because of your pain, and then the children's pain, and then it turns into darkness and things that you wouldn't even think you would ever do. And that's why just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
No, it's not worth it.
It is not worth it. Ooh, Lord. Okay, girl. Yeah. Well, guys, this has been a tough one. We're going to, of course, do a live on that. I will let y'all know. Well, we'll do it tomorrow night. We'll do it tomorrow night. We're going to do our live tomorrow night on this. And we're going to go through it and we're going to talk about it. And I hope y'all are vulnerable and y'all are open. It is on the Mika Nicole Alford Facebook page. I hope y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sex and